in our community. And I did want to add that we are not affiliated with the Covenant School or the Covenant Church.
Good afternoon. My name is Melissa Alexander, and I'm a parent at the Covenant School. Although we have a long way to go in Tennessee on the sort of proposals that would make our schools, churches, and neighborhoods safe, this special session represents the first steps in the marathon towards a Tennessee that is safer for its children, its families, and its communities. Our group of Covenant parents has held more than 60 meetings with legislators over the summer, and we've shared our priorities for firearm safety with them. As a Republican and a gun owner, I have a deep reverence for our Constitution and the principles it stands for. I firmly believe we can make real change to our gun laws that is in keeping with core Second Amendment principles. If the events of March 27th teach us anything, it is that we must do everything we can under the law to keep firearms out of the hands of unstable people who intend to commit great harm. This is just common sense. And according to a recent Fox News poll, 80% of American voters support this. Today, we're announcing our support for House Bill 7100, which creates a process for law enforcement to petition a judge for a temporary mental health order of protection. This order of protection bill is not perfect, but it is a good start. It's a really good start. This order of protection bill, we urge members of the House and Senate to support this order of protection bill. Another bill we support is House Bill 7098, which creates voluntary do not sell firearm lists for individuals who are experiencing mental illness and volunteer themselves to be added to this list to protect themselves and people in their communities. In addition to supporting legislation to reform firearm laws, we are focused on protecting the rights of victims of violent crime, especially minor children and their families. No family should have to endure the added pain of having their murdered child's autopsy report released to the public domain. And that is why we support House Bill 7007, which designates the autopsy reports of minor children who have been taken from us by violent crime as confidential documents. We urge members of the House and Senate to support this bill to strengthen the rights of victims and their families. While we humbly worked and we prayed all summer long with the hopes that substantial progress could be made this session, we also understand that you have to start somewhere. We hope these small steps can help forge a path toward a brighter, safer future for all Tennesseans. Thank you.
For those of you that weren't here at the start of this, I'm Sarah Newman, and I'm a parent from the Covenant School that helped co-found our nonprofit. Covenant Families Action Fund believes that Tennessee needs to have the mental health professional and services capacity to meet our state's growing mental health needs. We need more funding for more clinicians and sites of care to meet all Tennesseans where they are in their mental health journey. We support culturally competent services and access for all communities and believe mental health is a basic need for all individuals. Based on legislation introduced to date, we don't see a path forward for meaningfully expanding Tennessee's capacity to meet the mental health needs of its people. While behavioral health risk and mental health assessments are critical to assess risk for harm and determine potential interventions, we currently do not have the capacity and means to reliably provide these services in our state in a timely manner. Assessment before a trial is not a mental health strategy and it can risk putting an undue burden on those who need stable and reliable treatment, not institutionalized prior to conviction. The resulting loss of wages and loss of family support does fall short of loving your neighbor as yourself. While only 4% of interpersonal gun violence is associated with mental illness, we do strongly feel mental health care is a basic need for all individuals and must be prioritized. We are disappointed in the lack of resources going to mental health needs in Tennessee. If we want to improve the mental health of Tennesseans, we have to invest in solving the root of the problem itself, which will require financial support, accessible facilities, and more clinicians.
My name is David Teague, and I'm a parent of 2 children at the Covenant School and a co-founder of Covenant Families for Brighter Tomorrows. In addition to firearm safety and mental health support, we also advocate for comprehensive measures that enhance security protocols, including improved infrastructure, increased training, and updated emergency response systems. By working collaboratively, we can ensure that schools are prepared to handle potential threats and minimize risks. As the spouse of an educator and the child of a retired educator, I'm acutely aware, especially this time of year as we head back to school, of the heavy demands and lack of margin many of our teachers currently have. We should not add armed security guard to their list of extracurriculars. This session should not become an exercise in arming teachers. That's not what we mean by prioritizing school safety plans or increasing funding for upgrading security at schools. While school security is essential, it is the last line of defense against the heavily armed, homicidal, and suicidal individuals. In the event all efforts have failed, and we are solely relying on enhanced security protocols, we have already lost the day. At best, another group of children will have had their innocence and sense of security stolen from them. Many of our beloved faculty are also parents of students at our school. On March 27th, amidst sudden, deafening, and unimaginable fear and chaos, they bravely and selflessly protected other people's children while their own children were in harm's way in other parts of the school. In a situation with intense emotions and where seconds were critical, the steps our school had taken to prepare through school safety plans unquestionably save lives. In this day and age, we must balance preparing for the unthinkable with maintaining a nurturing and stimulating environment for our children to learn. The proposed bills do make significant advances in the area of school safety plans. From SB 7001 on the need for schools to have fire alarms to HB 7038, which would give grant funds for schools to use in their safety plans. There is a lot of good that can come out of this session's work around school safety plans. Thank you.